In February 1401, Rahil's body was found near the village of Sirkhan, while her brother confessed to murdering her after telling a story. In his first statement, 19-year-old M claimed that he attempted to kill her because there was talk behind her sisters back in the village. Did one of the relatives of Rahil and M family, who was involved in the story from the very beginning of the incident. In a conversation with Rokna reporter, describes the incident as follows. Everything started on a rainy night when the news reached M and Rahil are lost. M had woken Rahil up from her sleep at around 10:30 in the night and said that they should go to the sewing shop together by motorbike to take Rahil's measurements for sewing clothes. Their mother had not asked her son what was the need for him to go to sewing on this rainy night at this time of night. And there was no protest for waking up Reg.
Do you got any water?
He drove his sister about 6 kilometers away from the village with a motorcycle and killed her there with a knife. Hosseini has seen Mim killed his sister about 20 minutes after leaving their house. Then he approached the village and cut his own arm. Then he came near Hosseini and went to drink. The next morning, when the person in charge of the mosque entered there, he saw that some blood had been spilled in the area. And at first they thought that someone had sacrificed a sheep in that area. Then they checked the cameras so that if someone did this, they would warn him to take care of cleaning the area. But they see that M passes in front of the CT camera several times and then walks away. An hour after M's image was seen on the village cameras. The residents found him. About an hour later, they called our phone and said they found M near the village next to his motorcycle. He had cut a vein in his hand and was unconscious due to bleeding. There were drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes next to his motorcycle. We had already heard that he was addicted to drugs. He was quickly taken to the hospital, and when they asked him about Rahil, he said, "God bless Rahil." Rahil's 19-year-old brother initially described several different scenarios. First, he said a car followed us and Rahil ran away. Then he said 3 people attacked us, and I had to kill my sister so she wouldn't get hurt. Finally, he said I killed my sister because there was talk behind her. M also told the address of the place where her sister's body was left. We were able to find the body with the help of the police officers. Once he said I threw it on this side of the dam, and once he said on the other side of the dam, he wrapped the body in a blanket. It is still hard for everyone to believe the horrible murder of Rahil. There is no end to rumors and hadiths among the residents. And everyone wants to know the secret of Rahil's murder. But they do not believe in him. He was only 12 years old, and his small size played a role. He was still in the mood of a child. It seems that M had killed his sister with a calculated plan. In the last 2 months, he had sacrificed a sheep 4 times. And the last time he told the butcher to teach me to sacrifice the sheep myself. I do. The same night, he sacrificed the 4th sheep, he killed his sister. The villagers knew Mam as a quiet young man. He was a quiet young man, and his school teacher says that he was a quiet boy when he was a student. About 9 months ago, his father died and his death was sudden. One night when Rachel's mother was not at home and the children were at home with their father fell asleep and never woke up. The children's father was about 50 years old and a simple worker. Lately, often visited his father's grave and told his relatives that I have a guilty conscience. But the reason for his guilty conscience is not clear. Their relatives had heard several times from Rahil's mouth that, when he was angry, he said to his brother, Megma, but no one knows what secret remained in Rahil's chest. After confessing to the murder of his sister, the accused was introduced to a drug addiction camp, and the investigation of this case is in the judicial process, so that the hidden aspects of the story can be determined.